We are back at EQT Park in Washington, Pennsylvania, as we are about to get set for game 2 of a 3-game weekday series between the Washington Wild Things and the Evansville Otters. The Otters won game 1 yesterday, getting their 52nd victory of the season, clinching their 18th winning season in franchise history. They're now 19 games over 500 for the first time this season, best record they have had all year. It was a 4-1 win. They scored in the first inning on a John Ponder leadoff home run, the third leadoff home run for the Otters this season. In the second inning, Chris Quitzer drove in Blake Robertson to make it 2-0. Then in the fifth inning, it was a bases-loaded walk for Marcos Gonzalez that made it 3-0. Andrew Cech got one back with another home run. Solo shot made it 3-1, but the Otters got that run back in the top of the seventh inning with an RBI single from LG Castillo. It was a fantastic Otters debut in 2026 for Yohan Gonzalez. In his return, he finished with 4 scoreless, 7 strikeouts. And Dylan Zentko got his first professional win. He went an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts. He gave up the homer to Cech, but still ended up earning the victory as Morrissey, Valdez, and Serta closed things down in the final few frames. Junior Serta picking up his 16th save of the year and giving Zach Kirby his first loss of the season. He's now sitting at 6-1. As we take a look at the umpires for today, Henry Schmulwitz is behind the plate calling the balls and strikes with Elliott Brown at first and Alex Lowry at third. Magic number down to 10 with the win. Can only go down to 9, though, as Windy City ended up shutting out Schaumburg earlier today. It was the only afternoon game in the Frontier League, and it was live streamed on TikTok. So hopefully you tuned into that live stream. But it can only go down to 9, which means the earliest clinch is now Tuesday at Schaumburg. Magic number down to 10. Good opportunity for the Otters in the next week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks to clinch a playoff spot. On the other side, magic number still at 6, and the earliest Washington can clinch is Saturday, as they can only go down to 5 with a win today. Both of those teams needed Windy City to lose. They did not end up doing so. But Windy City now only 3 games back of the division in the West after winning 2 straight against Schaumburg. So take a look at the plate meeting. It is Garrett Simpson getting the start today against Kenton Egbert. Simpson has a 4.52 ERA in 79 2/3 innings. He's at a 6-2 record, 40 earned runs. This is the first time Simpson has pitched against the Wild Things since his first start of the season back on May 13th. It was his first outing of the year. He gave up a season-high 7 runs, which were all earned, and 5 home runs, which is the most home runs given up in an outing by an Otter in franchise history. It was a little bit of a rough outing, but since then, Simpson has been a very good starter and a reliable arm in the rotation. Walked a season high, though, 5 in his last outing. His last outing was against Gateway back in game 1 of the doubleheader on the 13th. He only gave up 2 earned runs, though, even though he walked 5, and it was still a 3-2 victory for the Otters. But locating is definitely key for Simpson, especially the fact he doesn't really walk too many guys, 26 of them compared to 43 strikeouts. It was a while ago the last time Simpson faced off against Washington. Last time it was May 13th, Graham Brown, Hunter Stokely were both in the lineup. Stokely's now in Ottawa. Graham Brown's now with the AA Wichita Wind Surge. Zach Kirby did get the win, though, in that game as he faced off against Simpson. Tyler Davis, Chad Coles also pitched. On the other side for Evansville, Donis Forte, J.J. Cruz, Shane Philman were all in the lineup for that game. And Luke Baker pitched the final 2 1/3 innings for Evansville. So it's been a while since Simpson last pitched against Washington, and it's the first time since Simpson will pitch against Washington here at EQT Park. Kenton Egbert on the other side for Washington. He has a 3.6 ERA in 10 innings. This is only his 3rd start of the year with Washington. So we take a look at the batting order. A lot of the same, some differences, though, for the Otters. John Ponder, Monty Jones, Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez, top 4 yet again. Robertson, Castillo behind him. The only switch was Mark Black coming into the game and doing the catching now for Sam Linscott, who is in that spot playing right field. Logan Brown's at first, and moving from first to right is Robertson. On the other side, Connor Peak is in for Monroy moves all the way down to the 7th spot in the lineup. Key Rose is doing the catching instead of Billy Sullivan, and Caleb Ketchup is out of the lineup for today. Well, Washington had a recent call-up to the major leagues in the form of Turner Hill. Turner Hill got called up to the Giants, becoming the 10th Wild thing to reach the majors in their franchise history. He was with Washington in spring training before getting his contract purchased. Didn't really end up playing a game with Washington because he got his contract purchased before they started the season. But now he is with the Giants, and he is so far, as of today, 2 for 7 with a double and 2 RBIs in 3 games with the Giants. Now, I've seen a Frontier League guy make it to the league, no matter what team it's from. It shows that the Frontier League has MLB talent, and they can show that on the grandest scale. And we see that now with Graham Brown, who is in Double-A, and also the guys that are in affiliated ball for the Otters, or former Otters that are now in affiliated ball. Griff Hughes, JT Benson, Nick Myers, Patrick Lee, Nolan McCarthy. You never know. Somebody on this field could make it to the league at one point. As we wait for the anthem, it is a 6:05 Eastern start time. 5:05 Central tomorrow. We're back to the 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central time start on Thursday before the Otters head back home and play Florence in a very crucial weekend series at Bosse Field. After that, heading to Schaumburg, back home against Lake Erie, and then the 6 against Down East to finish the season, or at least the regular season. For Washington, they're on a 9-game road trip after this to Joliet, Gateway, and Florence, and then they have a 6-game homestand to finish out their regular season against Gateway and Schaumburg. A lot of stuff going on in the standings. The Otters, with the win yesterday, now 4 games back of Washington in the division. They win today, they'll be 3 games back. And still 2.5 games ahead of Florence, who play Lake Erie tonight. Florence looking for their 50th win of the season. They're 6.5 back of the division. Lake Erie at the bottom, 22 games back. They are at a elimination magic number of 4, so they can be eliminated from the playoffs as soon as tomorrow. In the West, Schaumburg leads Windy City by now 3 games. Gateway behind them. 10 games back, Joliet and Mississippi are also nearing playoff elimination at the bottom. New Jersey and New York are now tied after New York beat the Jackals yesterday. They're tied at the top of the East with Sussex behind 4 games, Down East behind 5.5 games back. Quebec, they clinched the playoffs yesterday on a walk-off single from Chavez Young. Ended up beating Sussex County to get the win and become the first team in the Frontier League to clinch a playoff spot. And how it stands right now, the closest team to clinching after that is Washington and then Evansville. Washington magic number at 6, Evansville at 10. As I think we will be starting in a little bit of a delay. It's 6:03, and we have not had the anthem quite yet. But Papa John's the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night before and after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. The Frontier League Network, powered by HTN, is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this year. Make sure to head over to EvansvilleOtters.com to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this year. Now, the Otters have managed to get double-digit hits in each of their last 4 games, but they've had a little bit of trouble with leaving runners on base. They've had 10-plus hits each of their last 4 games, but they've also left 9-plus on base in 3 of those games. In the other game where they didn't, they left 7 on. So hopefully the Otters can score a little bit more runs, make things a little bit more comfortable for the pitching staff. You know, the bullpen has been performing very well. The pitching staff now at a 4.91 ERA, second just behind Washington at a 4.35 in the Frontier League. So everybody is kind of on a hot streak right now. We'll see if that continues here as the Otters look to win a series at EQT Park. And we'll be right back for the national anthem, then first pitch on the Otters Digital Network. Ready to roll for game 2 of 3 here in Washington, Pennsylvania. Let's take a look at the defense for Washington. It is Anthony Brocato in left field. Kyle Edwards is in center, moving from short yesterday. Symington is in right field with Cole Fowler at third. Connor Peak is at short. Antonio Monroy at second base. And Andrew Check at first with Isaiah Quiroz doing the catching for Kenton Egbert. Egbert, 3.6 ERA in 10 innings. He has pitched twice this season with Washington. A little bit of a recent signing, signed back on August the 6th. He has thrown 5 walks, 8 strikeouts, has given up 4 earned runs, 6 hits overall. Got the win in his first start as a Wild Thing against Down East back on the 6th, through 5 scoreless with 4 strikeouts. And then on the 13th against Mississippi, 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. A lot of 4s in that stat line. This is his second start at home here at EQT Park, as that start was at Mississippi back on the 13th. Against Down East here at home. John Ponder leading it off. He led off yesterday's game with a home run. It was the third leadoff home run of the season for Evansville. The other 2 was Sam Linscott on June 5th against Schaumburg. That was on the first pitch of the game. And then Ponder on July 18th against Windy City. So on the 18th of both July and August, Ponder hit a leadoff homer. See if he can do it 2 times in a row here, as it's him, Amani Jones, and Logan Brown leading it off. As mentioned previously, almost the same lineup for Evansville. Just Mark Black inserted in the lineup catching. Sam Linscott is getting the day off today. For Washington, Ryan Ford still on the bench. Billy Sullivan, who caught yesterday, is on the bench as well as Caleb Ketchup. Sullivan and Ketchup were part of the bottom of the lineup, bottom 3, that ended up going 0 for 10 with 7 strikeouts against Otters pitching yesterday, as the first pitch misses for ball 1 at 6:09. So we're a little late, but you know, game's earlier than yesterday anyways, so no big deal. A little outside, and it's 2-0. So Ponder has a multi-hit game in each of his last 3. 2 for 5 yesterday. Hit that leadoff home run. That will miss high for ball 3. Now Egbert, 1 walk in his first start, 4 in his second. He's already in a good hitters count. 3-0 for Ponder. Otters scored in the first inning yesterday. That is called a strike. The Otters, when they score in the first inning this season, 24-9. It's nice to get on the board early here against Washington like they did yesterday. 3-1 from Egbert to Ponder. That is outside for ball 4, and John Ponder leads off today's game with a walk. Oh, we have our mother clucker of the game quite early. Monty Jones was chosen. See how he does. Ponder at first. Nobody out, top of the first inning, no score. Ponder leading the team in stolen bases, 30 for 44. First pitch called a strike. Fowler moving a little bit up in on the infield grass, same with Check. Jones was 1 for 4 yesterday. Nearing 100 professional hits. Runner goes. It's bobbled by Quiros, and Ponder will take second base. So stolen base for John Ponder, his 31st of the year, keeps extending that team lead, and he's into scoring position with nobody out. The Otters already threatening here in the first inning. 1-1. Egbert takes a look back to second, kicks and fires a strike, and it's 1-2 to Jones. Egbert in the Cubs organization for a while before getting released and now joining Washington. 1-2 to Jones. Fouled back. Jones will stay alive here, remains at 1-2. Ponder doing a lot of dancing off of second base, covered over there by Peak, the nearest guy, as the lefty shift is in play here. Monroy is in shallow right field. Not as deep as he would play for a guy like Logan Brown or Blake Robertson, but still deep enough to where it's noticeable. 1-2. A little high on the fastball. Evens the count up at 2-2. Chicken noise is still coming at him. 34 RBIs for Jones. Two from Egbert. Fly ball into right field. Making the catch out there is Symington. Ponder will head for third, and he will get there safely. Monty Jones flies out to right field, but it advances the runner. Ponder's now 90 feet away from the first run of the game. Logan Brown will try to bring him in. This is a prime. Say it with me now. Safety squeeze moment. I think the corner infielders know that quite well. First pitch, no bunt showed. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Logan Brown 0 for 4 with a walk. Still ended at a .338 now in his 72nd game. Wonder if, because Washington is really expecting it, that they're not going to try and pull it off here. 0-1. Opposite field liner, that's going to get down and all the way to the wall. Here comes Ponder from third. Logan Brown's into second base. The throw in there is late. And Logan Brown's double puts the Otters on the board first. It's 1-0. Second straight game where the Otters have scored in the first inning. At least in this series, the third overall, as they scored a 2 in the first back on Sunday against Lake Erie, as Logan Brown goes the other way, gets his 14th double of the year. And hopefully that's a good omen for the rest of the game. Otters scored in the first yesterday. They won 4-1. First pitch to Gonzalez is called a strike. .55 RBIs now for Logan Brown. Marcos Gonzalez went 0 for 4 as he swings and misses, and it's 0-2. Who needs a safety squeeze when you can just hit it down the left field line? .02 from Egbert to Gonzalez. Just outside. Gonzalez's last 10 days, he is heading at a .273. 2 doubles, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Had a good series against Lake Erie, including that 3 for 4 on Sunday with a homer and 3 runs driven in. 1-2. Grounder down the third baseline, foul, and it's going to remain at 1-2. Already 17 pitches in the first inning for Egbert. Now, Washington didn't really use too much of their bullpen yesterday. Only 2 guys, Fulton, Armstrong, as Armstrong did a good job at getting some long relief in, 2 2/3 scoreless to avoid other arms from coming in, saving them for today. 1-2. Fouled away again. First run, though, that Egbert has allowed at home this season. As the only other start he had, he threw 5 scoreless. Garrett Simpson going to be pitching with a lead before even throwing a pitch. 1-2, fouled away. That one's going to get out of the yard, and that foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Still remains at 1-2 as Marcos Gonzalez fouling a few pitches off. Good battle here with Egbert. Logan Brown still at second base. 1 out, 1 run in for Evansville in the top of the first inning. The 1-2 from Egbert. Slow roller over to second base. Monroy will toss on over to first in time for out number 2 as Logan Brown advances to third base. Runner on third, 2 outs now for Blake Robertson. Robertson has a hit in his last 4 games, 1 for 4 yesterday. He hit a double over the head of Ketchup in center field. It's Edwards now out there. They're going to do the big shift. Monroy, a second right fielder for this at-bat. It is crazy how far out there he is. First pitch called a strike. Logan Brown driving in the first run of the day. Now he stands at third. The 0-1 to Robertson is going to be a little low. One one. Another one misses pretty much the same spot as the last pitch. This is the first game of the night slate starting for the Frontier League. Next one's Mississippi and Ottawa. Mississippi is nearing playoff elimination in this series against Ottawa. Another one misses. Same spot again. 3-1 now to Robertson. Walk would put runners at the corners with 2 outs for LG Castillo. Robertson, 11 walks, 7 strikeouts his last 10 days of work. Also 2 doubles, a homer and 4 RBIs, hitting just a tick under 300. 3-1. Will miss for ball 4. 2 walks in this inning for Egbert. 1 to Ponder, 1 to Robertson. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for LG Castillo. Castillo had a great day yesterday. 3 for 4. 3-hit game number 6. Has a hit now in 9 straight games. which is tied with TJ Salvaggio for the longest active streak on the Otters. First pitch, fastball a little high. And this is Castillo's longest hit streak of the season. Salvaggio's longest is 11. Longest in total is still Amani Jones. He had a 15-gamer earlier in the season. 1-0. High fly ball, right side of the infield. Antonio Monroy calling everybody off. He'll make the catch, and that's out number 3. Otters strike first. RBI double from Logan Brown makes it 1-0 Evansville as we head to the bottom of the first on the Otters Digital Network. First inning is brought to you by the Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. Garrett Simpson on the mound for the Otters. His last start was on the 13th against Gateway. He threw 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 2 hits, season high 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. The Otters ended up winning that one 3-2. He is at a 4.52 ERA. 79 2/3 innings, has 26 walks compared to 43 strikeouts. And he has given up 11 homers on the years. We take a look at the Otters defense. Quitzer's in left field with Ponder in center, Robertson's in right, with Marcos Gonzalez at third, TJ Salvaggio at short, Monty Jones at second, Logan Brown moved from catcher to first, Mark Black doing the catching now for Simpson. Seems as though we have a little bit of a break in the action. You can see behind the plate. Seems as though Tom Vaith and Alex Lowry, the crew chief, were talking to somebody. Maybe security? Wonder if they heard something. Maybe they're going to escort somebody out. Symington shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's called a ball. They're talking to somebody in the concourse. Not too sure what all that was about. Either way, the 1-0 is a little outside. Otters got a run on the RBI double from Logan Brown. Symington led off yesterday. It was his first game with the Wild Things. He ended up going 0 for 4. There's a ground ball into right field, and Symington has his first hit as a Wild Thing, leading off the bottom of the first inning. Now, Connor Peak didn't play in yesterday's game. He went 1 for 5 with a strikeout on Sunday. Overall, 3 for 14 against the Otters this year. Has a double, an RBI, and 3 walks. No strikeouts, though. Has 30 walks, 22 strikeouts. A good ratio there for him. The first pitch misses inside for ball 1. Symington does have some speed over at first base. It's a pretty decent lead off of first as well, covered over there by Logan Brown. He will run. That one is fouled away, and he'll have to head back to first. Peak hitting at a 287, game number 56 for him. See if Simpson can get a good first, keep the Otters with the lead heading into the second inning. 1-1. No go this time. That's a fly ball into center field right at Ponder, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. A liner hung up a little too far, and Ponder is able to make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Anthony Brocato. Brocato 1 for 3 yesterday with a walk and a strikeout. Throw back to first is not in time. Brocato's first pitch will have to wait. 74 hits in 74 games, hitting at a 274. Interesting stat line from Brocato. A little low on the first pitch, and it's 1-0. Single from Symington just got right in between Logan Brown and Amani Jones into right field. He still stands on first, even though he has attempted to steal. He goes here as it's called a ball. Throw to second on a hop is going to get into center field. Symington's going to head for third. Ponder's throw is not in time, and Symington will take the extra base. He's up to third on the errant throw by Mark Black. So all of a sudden, tying run is at third base as it got past Jones and Salvaggio into center field. Symington now finds himself at third base after some good base running. Two-0 from Simpson. Popped up foul. Mark Black giving it a look, but it will fall out of play. The Otters, that's their first error of the series. And their first error as well since the 15th against Lake Erie. They've been on a good stretch of good defensive baseball. Fly ball into shallow center field. Ponder will make the catch. No tag at third. Symington, the throw will head back to third. Symington will head back there safely. A big out number 2 for Simpson, as it wasn't hit far enough by Brocato to score the run from third. Symington remains there as Andrew Check will step up for the first time today. Hit a home run in his game yesterday. Was his 500th professional hit. It was also the only run that Washington scored yesterday. He is 3 RBI away from the single season record as the first pitch is called a strike. Is up to 93 on the year. Definitely in a good spot to break that, considering the amount of games left in the season. 0-1. Fouled back, and it's 0-2. Check 2 for 4 with a homer and a strikeout against Simpson this season. Brocato, before hitting that fly ball, was 2 for 2 with 2 homers against Simpson. Hit 2 of the 5 that Simpson gave up back in May. Gave up 1 to Check as well. 0-2. Just low. 1 to Check. 2 to Brocato. 1 to Jeff LaCorey. 1 to Graham Brown. Graham Brown was on the Wild Things before he got his contract purchased. Well, 1 strike away, though, from a scoreless first, leaving Symington on third is 1-2. Fouled over to the Wild Things dugout. Check leading the team in multi-hit games, multi-RBI games, multi-walk games. Leading the team in a lot of things. And that's why he's been in the MVP conversation this season. Another 1-2 from Simpson. Misses a little low for ball 2. So Symington singled to lead off the bottom of the first, stole second, and error moved him to third. 2-2. Another one fouled back to the netting. Check with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. .333 average. Leads the team in 2-out RBIs as well with 32. Inside, straightens him up a little bit. And it's a full count now, 3-2. Walk would bring up Cole Fowler with runners at the corners. 4 lefties in the lineup yet again. A little bit more spread out compared to yesterday for Washington. Symington, Check, Fowler, and Monroy, who's hitting 7th. Payoff from Simpson. And it's called strike 3. Check does not like that call, but that is strikeout number 1 for Garrett Simpson, and it ends the first inning. Scoreless first for Simpson. We'll head to the second inning. Otters up 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the second inning, Garrett Simpson strikes out Andrew Check, looking to end the first. Simpson was very much not happy with that call. Heard a big golly from him before he went back to the dugout. According to TrackMan, though, it was a strike. Not too sure how, accurate TrackMan is, but it was called strike 3. First pitch to Quitzer is called a ball, a little high. Bottom 3, Quitzer, Mark Black, and TJ Salvaggio leading off the top of the second inning. Otters up 1-0. Called a strike. Quitzer had his 5th multi-hit game of the season yesterday, 2 for 4, drove in a run with an RBI single in the second inning. It was the 7th RBI of the year. Called a strike, no check swing needed, and it's 1-2. Quitzer calls his hitter's timeout. 2 walks and a double given up by Egbert in the top of the first inning. There were runners at the corners with 2 outs, but Egbert did get Castillo to fly out to Monroy at second base to at least stop the further bleeding. Quitzer fouls one back. Still remains at 1-2 here to start the top of the second inning. Another 1-2 here from Egbert. That is lined into left field for a base hit. Good opposite field hitting from Quitzer as he leads off the second with a single. Fourth straight great game with a base hit for Quitzer, and that'll bring up Mark Black. Mark Black hitting at a .232 this season, but is hitting the ball very well against Washington this season. 8 for 22 for a .364 average. Goes along with a homer and 5 RBIs. Quitzer's on first with nobody out. First pitch from Egbert. Bunt showed, pulled back, and it is called ball 1. Mark Black hasn't played since Sunday. He went 0 for 3 with 2 walks. It was the only game he played in against the Crushers. See if he shows bunt again here. He will. And it's another one high for ball 2. Both Fowler and Check crashing in. Tom Vaith going to come out immediately after that second ball was thrown. We'll have our first mound visit of the day. No out-of-town scoreboard to check so far because no other game is on right now. A little bit unfortunate. Egbert, 25 years old. He's from Tip City, Ohio. He signed a minor league deal with the Cubs in 2023 as an undrafted free agent. Overall, he had a 4.17 ERA, 231 innings with the Cubs org. He had a 188 strikeouts and a 1.34 whip. Ended up making it all the way to AAA with the Iowa Cubs. Played a couple games there, but then got sent back down. That was earlier this year. He was with Iowa. Pitched on May 10th against the Columbus Clippers. 3 innings, 3 earned runs. And ended up getting sent back down immediately to South Bend on May 12th. 2-0 to Black. Bunt showed again. Dropped down, but foul, and it's 2-1. Well, there was no beer batter yesterday, but Mark Black is the beer batter today. Everybody is rooting on his downfall, except for me. 2-1. Bunt dropped down again, but another one foul, and it's 2-2. A risky time to bunt here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quitzer leading off the inning with a single. Mark Black 2 for 9 last 10 days of work. Corner infield still up on the grass. And the 2-2. Fouled away off to the right side. We'll do it again. Already 38 pitches for Egbert through an inning. As we've seen a lot of 3-ball counts, a couple of walks already. Another 2-2 here from Egbert to Mark Black. That is called strike 3, and Mark Black goes down looking. First K for Egbert today, and that's out number 1. In the top of the second inning, that'll bring up Mark Black, or that'll bring up TJ Salvaggio. Salvaggio, 9-game hitting streak. Went 1 for 3 with a double yesterday. Hitting at a .299, a good game will put his average up over 300. And he's been hitting the ball very well as of recent. First pitch will miss a little low. Last 10 days hitting .481, 13 for 27, 4 doubles, 3 homers, 7 runs driven in. His homer totals up to 13. One more and he ties Dennis Pierce for the team high. 1-0, called a strike. Chris Quitzer remains on first base with 1 out. Otters have a 1-0 lead. 1-1 from Egbert. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Top of the lineup on deck. Looks like Ponder is going to get pinch hit for. 1-2. As a foul ball. Sam Linscott is on deck. So not too sure what happened with Ponder. But Linscott already coming in here as a pinch hitter. Hopefully Ponder's okay. Not too sure what could have happened to him to warrant getting taken out, especially this early into the game. Hopefully it's just precautionary, though. Most likely means Linscott's going to take over in center field as well. 1-2 to Salvaggio. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Egbert. And first 2 outs are recorded in the top of the second inning. Sam Linscott up for the first time. So Ponder just finishes with the walk. Stole second, came around to score. Maybe he tweaked something on the steal? Maybe some defensive play? Not too sure. He seemed fine. Fine and all normal and dandy. But now Linscott's into the game. Linscott 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk. First pitch from Egbert is a little outside for ball 1. So Quitzer remains on first base. Back-to-back strikeouts for Egbert to get the first 2 outs in the top of the second inning. Fouled back. And it's 1-1. Linscott only 6 2-out RBIs this season. And overall, he only has 29. He's been mostly a leadoff hitter. He's also been hitting sort of in the bottom of the order. He's not necessarily a middle-of-the-order guy. Necessarily goes to Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez, Blake Robertson, or LG Castillo. 1-1 from Egbert. Runner goes as it's fouled away on the curveball. Quitzer will have to head back to first base, clip the netting, and then went into the stands. 1-2. Egbert looking to strike out 3 straight here. Get a scoreless top of the second inning. Ponder is at the top step of the Otters dugout, which is a good sign. 1-2, swing and a miss. And Linscott goes down swinging 3 straight strikeouts after giving up the leadoff single for Egbert. Does a good job of getting out of that one scoreless. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. Evansville up 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Second inning is brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. Garrett Simpson threw a scoreless first inning, striking out Andrew Check to end the frame. It's Fowler, LaGrange, and Monroy, the top three, leading off the bottom of the second inning with the Otters up 1-0. Well, Simpson had a 7.86 ERA, 26 and a third innings with Evansville last season. Did pitch against Washington, July 8th, 2025. He threw 4 2/3, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, no strikeouts. First pitch is a ball to Fowler, who's leading off. 2 lefties in the first 3. 1-0. Is going to miss. Fowler last 10 days, 241 average, 2 doubles, 7 RBIs, 9 strikeouts. 2 for 4 yesterday, though, with 2 strikeouts. Another breaking ball just misses outside. It's 3-0 to Fowler. Couple of 3-ball counts for Simpson in the first inning. Has not issued a walk quite yet, 3-0. Taking all the way, Statue of Liberty is Fowler. 3-1. Fowler, 23 walks, 66 strikeouts this season. Ground ball over to short. Salvaggio, long throw to first in time, and that's out number 1. So 3-0 to the first out of the bottom of the second for Simpson. That'll bring up Wagner LaGrange. LaGrange 1 for 3 with a walk yesterday. Simpson so far able to limit the walks. It's been working out for him. Only an inning and a third, though, the short sample size. First pitch misses high for ball 1. Simpson played 1 game last season with Tri-City, the Valley Cats. He pitched against Quebec through a scoreless inning, but then didn't pitch again with Tri-City. This is technically hit the last team he's played for, even though he was with Evansville for basically all of his professional career. This season, though, he was a Frontier League draft pick, 24th overall, and has been now a mainstay in the rotation. Another 3-0 now to LaGrange, though. Simpson kicks and fires the 3-0 to LaGrange. Right down the middle for strike 1. There is 4 starts this season from Simpson in which he didn't walk anybody. 3 other ones in which he only has 1 walk, including that start against Washington back on May 13th. 3-2, though, as LaGrange fouls one back. Otters 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error. Just the 1 hit for Washington. The single by Symington to lead off the bottom of the first inning. Advanced to third. Didn't come around to score, though. Payoff from Simpson to LaGrange. That hits him. A little bit too inside on that one. LaGrange gets hit. Would have been ball 4 anyways, but takes the painful route to first base. And LaGrange now on first with 1 out for Antonio Monroy. LaGrange had his first stolen base of the season yesterday as a part of a double steal in which LaGrange took third and Cole Fowler took second. And neither of them ended up scoring either. It's a bit rough with runners in scoring position for Washington yesterday. Now LaGrange on first with 1 out. First pitch to Monroy is a little low for ball 1. Monroy back-to-back 0 for 4 days yesterday and on Saturday against Mississippi. Hitting 125 last 10 days at a 3 for 24. And struggling a little bit. He fouls one off himself. It's gotten to the point for Monroy that he's been moved down in the order. Usually when he was playing the Otters this series and the last series we were here at EQT Park, he was hitting near the top of the order. Got a day off, but was never hitting this far down. He gets moved down to the 7th spot. Simpson takes a look back to first. Now the 1-1. Grounder right in front of the plate. And Mark Black will barehanded throw to first is in time for out number 2, as Wagner Lagrange will advance to second base. Monroy had to avoid getting out of the way of the ball while he was running down the first base line. That's kind of how short of a hit that was. Didn't even register. Kyle Edwards, man on second with 2 outs. Edwards 11 2-out RBIs this season. 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk and a strikeout. First pitch grounder down the third base line, foul. With runners in scoring position. 315 normally. With 2 outs, though, it drops to 195. Oh, 1. Couple looks back to second now. Simpson fires. There's a fly ball into center field. Linscott, who's now out there, is going to make the catch, and that's out number 3. Another scoreless inning for Garrett Simpson as we will head to the 3rd. Evansville up 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 3rd inning. Evansville up 1-0. The RBI double from Logan Brown in the 1st inning. The difference in this one. Monty Jones leads it off with Logan Brown behind him. Marcos Gonzalez hitting 3rd, 2, 3, 4 in the order, leading off the 3rd against Egbert, who struck out 3 straight. Mark Black, TJ Salvaggio, and Sam Linscott to end the 2nd inning after the leadoff single from Quitzer. First pitch called a ball a little high. That one's called a strike, and it's 1-1. Not sure if whoever saw last night's game, Alex Lowry behind the plate, the crew chief, he's now at 3rd, but in between innings, he walks over to the bullpen and starts talking with Junior Serta and Alex Valdez. Not too sure what they were saying, as there's a ground ball into center field for a base hit. And Amani Jones has a leadoff single to start the 3rd. Anyways, He goes over to the bullpen. Not sure what they're talking about, but I'm keeping a keen eye on the bullpen. They starts mimicking Lowry's strike 3 call. And they're having a bit of a laugh about it over there in the bullpen. It is a very interesting strike 3 call. He kind of jumps back, raises the fist like Mario, and calls strike 3. It's something different, which I think I really enjoy. Logan Brown shows bunt, pulls it back, and it's called a high ball 1. Logan Brown hit the double that brought in Ponder from third. Ponder taken out of the game early here. Still not too sure as to why, but he was walking under his own power into the locker room, so definitely a good sign there. That's fouled away, and it's 1-1. Monty Jones at first base after the leadoff single, the third hit of the day for Evansville. 1-1 from Egbert. Throw back to first. Not in time. The 1-1 will wait. Egbert now at 52 pitches. See how efficient he does here in the next couple of frames. It'll tell you how long his outing goes. His first 2, though, were 5 innings. As there's a ground ball over to first. Check has no play at second. He'll flip to Egbert, who will beat Brown to the bag. And that's out number 1. Jones will advance to second base. Marcos Gonzalez, with his third hit back on Sunday, became the first Otter this season to reach 100 hits. Somehow not leading the team in batting average, though. LG Castillo is just barely above him, 339. Marcos is at a 336. Curveball will miss a little high, and it's 1-0. Overall, Gonzalez has played a long time in his professional career, so overall in his pro career, he's at 470, so he might hit 500 this season. Gonna have to really go off, though. There's a ground ball over to second base. Monroy will toss to first in time, and that's out number 2. As heading to third is Amani Jones. Now Blake Robertson will try to bring a run in here. Put the Otters up 2-0. B-Rob has 22 two-out RBIs this season. First pitch from Egbert. Swing and a miss. I mentioned the shift from Monroy, but also Connor Peak is on the other side of second base from where he usually is at shortstop. So there is one infielder on the left side of the infield. So if he could take it the other way, honestly, no matter how slow it is, if it gets past Egbert, it's probably going to at least be an infield single that would bring in that run. One. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. Well, Robertson, 29% of his grounders go to the right side. Mostly the fly balls go to center. But when he hits it to the right side, average is at a .065. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Egbert throws a scoreless top of the third inning. That's his 4th strikeout of the day. As we will head to the bottom of the third. Otters still up 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Third inning is brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. PRECISION-PESTWILDLIFE.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Isaiah Quiros leads it off. It's 9-1-2. Quiros, Symington, and Peak. It's been a good little pitcher's duel to start off. Just the one run for Evansville. The difference, Isaiah Quiros leading it off. 1 for 2 against Simpson this season. Hit a double. That double that he hit against Simpson was his first hit of the year. Started the season 0 for 13 with 10 strikeouts. His first hit was against Simpson back at Bossy Field. 0-1. Grounder to third base, but it's foul, and it's 0-2. Now Frontier League games finally starting to get up and going. Nothing really too major going on. A run hasn't scored besides Evansville's one. Bunch of 0-0 games. The 0-2 from Simpson to Quiros. Foul tip into the glove for strike 3, and Quiros goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Simpson, and that's out number 1 in the bottom of the third. Back to the top of the order in Symington, who led off the bottom of the first with a single. Stole second, advanced to third on an error, but Brocado flew out to center, and Check struck out looking, didn't allow him to score, kept zeros on the board for Washington. Bunt drop down to Simpson, and he'll flip it over to first in time for out number 2. That's what you got to do in those PFPs. Connor Peak up for the second time. He lined out to Ponder in center field his first at-bat. Linscott out there after Ponder left the game early. Peak, 23-year-old from Sudbury, Massachusetts, a little bit west of Boston. And that's a little bit inside for ball 1. First professional season after spending the collegiate year, 2026, with Georgetown. 1-0. Grounder to second. Monty Jones snags it, throws on to first in time. Very efficient 1-2-3 inning for Garrett Simpson. As we will head to the fourth, Otters still up 1-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Fourth inning. Evansville up 1-0. as both Egbert and Simpson have been pitching the ball pretty well today. LG Castillo leading it off. It's Castillo, Quitzer, and Mark Black. LG flew out to Monroy to end the first inning. First pitch, slow roller down the third base line. Castillo's going to beat it out as it's bobbled at third by Fowler. Never had a chance at that one. Fowler at third. Castillo reaches on the infield single. So for LG, that extends his hitting streak to 10 games. Chris Quitzer has a hit today already. 1 for 1, hit a single the other way in the second inning. Led off the second, but then Egbert struck out 3 straight to not even allow anything. Nothing happened. There's a fly ball into deep right center field. Going back on it is Edwards, and that's going to one hop off the wall. It will be a ground rule double as it hits over the yellow line in right center field. But a double for Quitzer. He's 2 for 2. And runners are at second and third with nobody out. Doubles are brought to you by Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. Quitzer's on second, Castillo's on third. Mark Black with a good opportunity here to bring in a second run for Evansville. Third double of the year for Quitzer. Corner infielders up on the grass. 5th hit of the day for the Otters. First pitch to Mark Black is just going to miss outside. Showed bunt a few times in his first at-bat. Ended up striking out looking. It's the first of now 4 Egbert strikeouts. 1-0 pitch. Curveball misses low. Mark Black, runners in scoring position, 179 average. 2-0. That one is right down the middle for strike one. 179 average, 7 for 39, 6 walks, 7 strikeouts. Even a ground ball would bring in that second run. 2-1. Misses low for ball 3. Walk would load the bases for Salvaggio. That really put Evansville in a good spot. Quitzer, that double went 392, by the way. Deepest part of the yard here at EQT Park. 6th multi-hit game of the year. 3-1 from Egbert is going to miss for ball 4, and Mark Black will take the walk, and it'll load the bases with nobody out. Mound visit time. We'll take our first look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Game's just starting up. Lake Erie is taking the lead against Florence. Just 1-0 in the third inning. A lot of game left there. Mississippi, Ottawa, 0-0. Trois-Rivières down east, 0-0. Sussex, Quebec, 0-0. New York, New Jersey, Tri-City, Brockton, Gateway, Joliet still yet to start. Only 2 series in the Frontier League in the Central Time Zone this week. First pitch to Salvaggio. Has a ground ball over to short. Peak hesitates, toss to second for 1, on to first for 2. It is a double play, but a run comes in as LG will score. And it's an RBI double play for Salvaggio. Otters have a 2-0 lead. So Quitzer moves to third. He's now there with 2 outs for Linscott. Well, definitely a best case scenario for Egbert, only giving up the 1 run, getting 2 outs. First pitch, check swing went around, and it's 0-1. Linscott came in for Ponder, struck out in the 2nd inning. Egbert's 0-1 is called strike 2. So for Salvaggio, that's RBI number 61. Still leading the team. Oh, 2 fouls one away. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Egbert spent his collegiate years with Miami of Ohio. First team All-MAC in 2023. 3.96 ERA, 75 innings. Definitely by far his best season. Did have a 1.5 ERA, but it was only 35 2/3 back in 2021. Another one fouled away. In 2024, he was with Myrtle Beach. 2025, he was with South Bend in High A. Then spent those 3 games in AAA with Iowa. 0-2 grounder. Takes the glove off of Egbert, but he's able to recover. Toss to first in time, and that's out number 3. Otters get another run. Double play by Salvaggio brings in Castillo from third as it's 2-0 Evansville heading to the bottom of the 4th on the Otters Digital Network. Fourth inning is brought to you by Sheet Metal Workers Local 20. For 138 years, Sheet Metal Workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information. Oh, Garrett Simpson, 3 scoreless so far. And he has only thrown 39 pitches. It was a 6-pitch bottom of the 3rd in which he struck out Keyros and got Symington and Peak both to ground out on the first pitch. Bulk of the order yet again, though. Brocado, Check, and Fowler. First pitch is inside. Brocado, 2 of his now 26 homers came off of Simpson. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So far today is a fly out to center field. Called a strike, and it's 1-2. And Brocado hit those 2 homers. It ended up being a close game, even though Washington hit 5 homers in that game. It was still just a 7-6 loss for Evansville. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Brocado goes down swinging to start the 4th. 3rd strikeout for Simpson. And that'll bring up Andrew Check, who was the first recipient of the 3 strikeouts for Simpson. Check struck out looking to end the first inning. Check, 29-year-old, 6'6", 260. It's a lot of dingers, or so I've heard. Hit one yesterday. Has 3 in his last 2 games coming into today. Takes a strike. Now the 0-1 from Simpson. Fouls one off himself, and it's 0-2. Most recent Frontier League Player of the Week after a very solid series against Mississippi. Last 10 days, he's hitting .455, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 14 runs driven in, and 4 more walks than strikeouts. 0-2. That one will miss high. One check hit yesterday, went a little over 420 feet over the video board against Zenko. That was the first pitch he saw against Zenko. Zenko got the last laugh and earned the win, his first professional. Another pitch misses. Now the 2-2 from Simpson to check. High fly ball into left field. Going back is Quitzer. He's at the track, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Nothing just kept on carrying. Thought we were going to see an Oppo homer for check today, but just misses. 310 feet on the distance. It'll bring up Cole Fowler. Washington still just the one hit, the single that led off the bottom of the first for Symington. It's the first pitch to Cole Fowler, will miss low. Only 2 base runners. The other base runner, the Lagrange hit by pitch. Called a strike. Since the leadoff single from Symington in the first inning, Washington's gone 0 for 11 with 3 strikeouts. One. A little inside. Backs up Fowler, and it's 2-1. Fowler grounded out to Salvaggio at short. He's 0 for 1 today. Now 0 for 4 overall with a strikeout against Simpson this year. 2-1. In the turf, and it's ball 3. Still no walks yet for Simpson. A decent amount of 3-ball counts, but a couple of 3-0 counts as well. But just the hit by pitch to Lagrange, the only free pass given up by him. His 3-1. Ground ball over to second base. Amani Jones will throw to first in time, and that's out number 3. 8 straight Wild Things retired by Garrett Simpson. As he's thrown 4 scoreless, we'll head to the 5th. Otters 2-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 5th inning, Evansville up 2-0. Still only the one hit for Washington, as it will be Amani Jones, Logan Brown, and Marcos Gonzalez, the top 3 to lead off. Amani Jones leading off an inning, hitting .230, 14 strikeouts, 14 hits. So far, he's 1 for 2 today. He has a single in the 3rd inning and a fly out to right field in the 1st. First pitch a little high. Well, after the single for Jones, he's now sitting at 98 professional hits. Here in the big 100, he has 93 this season now. He had 5 when he was with the Staten Island Ferry Hawks last season. Opposite field fly ball into left field. And making the catch running into foul ground there is Brocado for out number 1. So Jones is the first out of the top of the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Logan Brown. RBI double in the 1st inning made it 1-0. Since then, he has a grounder to first. First pitch from Egbert. Curveball misses a little high for ball 1. The curveball's been really off and on so far for Egbert today. He's been missing it a lot high. He's sitting at 74 pitches now. 1-0. Another fly ball to the opposite field. Brocado running after it into foul ground yet again, and he'll make the catch. Almost in the same spot as the first one. His 2 F7s make up the first 2 outs in the 5th. Marcos Gonzalez 0 for 2, a couple of grounders to second base. Whoa! Little inside, little high, little inside. Talk about Egbert missing that curveball high. That one missed way high for ball 1. Gonzalez so far 0 for 6 in this series, but he has a hit in 22 now of 29 games since the All-Star break, even with the 0 for 4 yesterday. 1-0 from Egbert. Misses a little high on the fastball. Fastball losing a little bit of velocity. He started at 92, that one at 89. And Marcos Gonzalez, game number 80 this season. (2-0). That one is called a strike. Outside edge makes it 2-1. First 2 outs recorded relatively quickly for Egbert here in the 5th inning, after giving up the run in the 4th on the double play by Salvaggio. Foul ball off to the right side out of play, and it's 2-2. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. 2-2 here with 2 outs. Egbert looking to go 5 innings yet again here. Went 5 in each of his first 2 starts. Now the 2-2. There's a ground ball. Nice snag it short from Peak. Throw on to first is in time. And a 1-2-3 top of the 5th inning for Kenton Egbert. He goes 5 full. 2 runs given up so far. 2-0 as we're halfway home at EQT Park on the Otters Digital Network. Fifth inning is brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. The bottomless apps have been here the whole time. Dine and only visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive or 715 North Green River Road for details. Garrett Simpson looking to match Egbert with the 5 innings, but maybe 5 scoreless. So far, 4 scoreless, just the 1 hit allowed, no earned runs, no walks, 3 strikeouts for Simpson. On the other side, Egbert has 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts, and it's looking like he might go the 6th, considering nobody's warming in the bullpen for Washington. Otters have 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. It's just the 1 hit, no runs for Washington. Lagrange, Monroy, Edwards will lead off. Lagrange got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat in the left arm area. Lagrange in his 5th season with Washington. He's been in pro ball for a while. He's also 29 years old. I talked about how Washington has a decent amount of 29-year-olds. Brocado, Chuck, Lagrange, and Quiros, all 29. Last 8 retired by Simpson, starting the bottom of the 5th inning. Lagrange was the last person to reach base as he hits a towering fly ball foul off to the left side. Makes it 0-1. Breaking ball just hits the zone, and it's 0-2. Now, Simpson not too big of a strikeout pitcher. His K per 9 only at a 4.8, but avoids the walks like he's been doing today after walking a season-high 5 in his last outing. And it's been working out well for him. There's a grounder over to second base. Amani Jones will toss to first, and that's out number 1. So Simpson has now gone through a full rotation of the lineup, has retired all of them, 9 straight, as that'll bring up Antonio Monroy. Hit a tapper in front of the plate. Mark Black barehanded throw over to first, got him, and it was out number 2 in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1 today. First pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. Monroy was at Hope International for 3 seasons before signing with Quintana Roo in the Mexican League. 4 seasons there before now his first season with Washington this year. Fouled away, and it's 0-2 to Monroy. Monroy was teammates with Hector Garcia at Hope International. Hector Garcia was on Washington before he got his contract purchased. 0-2, a little outside. His walk to strikeout ratio really good, 42-30. 1-2 from Simpson. Grounder over to third. Gonzalez ranging to his left, though, to first on the run is in time, and that's out number 2. Well, this has been a night and day outing for Simpson today compared to back in May. Of course, Simpson has had a lot of time to hone his craft and work on his mistakes, and he's definitely been doing that today as he's nearing 5 scoreless. Kyle Edwards is 0 for 1. He has a fly out to center. First pitch from Simpson. Oh! High and inside. Saw that same pitch from Egbert in the top half. 1-0. That one will miss outside. Second time through the order. Simpson's numbers don't really go up too high. On base goes down, actually. 355 to 328. The OPS goes from 740 to 794. But so far, second time through, hasn't allowed a single base runner. 2-1. So that was a swing and a miss. Kiro's on deck. He is nowhere near the on deck circle. He's near the Wild Things logo. 2-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. He is so close. Why is he so close? That's basically where the Evansville on deck circle is at Bossy Field. 2-2. Fly ball into right field. Going back is Robertson, and he will make the catch for out number 3. 11 straight retired from Simpson. He's thrown 5 scoreless against Washington. We'll head to the 6th. Evansville up 2-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Top of the 6th inning. Evansville has a 2-0 lead. 1 run scored in the first, 1 in the 4th. RBI double from Logan Brown. The double play from Salvaggio in the 4th, scoring Castillo from 3rd are the 2 runs that make up the difference in this one. Blake Robertson, LG Castillo, and Chris Quitzer lead it off. Kenton Egbert will look to have a new season high in innings pitched with the Wild Things. Just needs 1 out to do so. First pitch curveball will miss high. Robertson 0 for 1 as a strikeout and a walk. The 4th of 4 strikeouts for Egbert today. 1-0. Just high, and it's ball 2. Shift in it appearance for Washington, as Robertson has not gotten a pitch to swing at quite yet. 3-0. Robertson, last 10 games, he has a OPS of a 1,092. And all of his splits above the league average. 3-0. That will miss. A 4-pitch walk to start the 6th inning for Egbert. That's the 4th walk issued by him. Ties his season high, and Robertson will take first. It'll bring up LG Castillo. Walk brought to you by Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar. Robertson on first with nobody out for LG. flew out to Monroy. Shallow right field, his first at-bat. Singled, came around to score in the fourth. As a fly ball into right field. Symington backs up a couple steps. He'll make the catch, and that's out number one as Robertson will head back to first base. Chris Quitzer has been hitting the ball well off of Egbert today. He's 2 for 2. Single and a ground rule double. That one hopped off of the right center field wall over the yellow fencing. A lot of signage in the outfield here at EQT Park. With that being said, Evansville also has a lot of signage. Grounder foul, and I think Quitzer broke his bat. Washington finally getting somebody warm in the bullpen. First guy out there is Michael O'Hanlon. So Quitzer getting a new piece of lumber. Quitzer always gotta make sure we have grip on the bat. We've seen too many times this season where the Otters have struck out or swung and missed and flung their bat. It's becoming a little bit of an issue. The 0-1 from Egbert after Quitzer gets his new bat. And there's a fly ball in a right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. It's cut off in center by Edwards, but taking third is Robertson. 3 for 3 day for Chris Quitzer. As runners are at the corners with one out for Mark Black. Quitzer's first 3-hit game of the season with Evansville. Had a 4-hit game, though, when he was with Sioux Falls earlier this season. Went 4 for 5 against Fargo Moorhead on May 29th. Mark Black, opportunity here with runners on first and third and one out. So far, Mark Black has a strikeout looking and a walk. Third of 4 walks for Egbert. He does end up going, it's now 5 1/3, which is his new season high. But now at risk of giving up another run as the first pitch misses low. This is the 5th time in 6 innings that the Otters have had the leadoff man reach. Only inning that wasn't was the 1-2-3 5th inning for Egbert. 1-0. Fly ball into center field. Making the catch out there is Edwards. Here comes Robertson. Throw to the plate's offline. Quitzer's going to take second base. Sac fly for Mark Black, and the Otters are up 3-0. Heads up base running for Quitzer as well to take second on the throw. He's in scoring position now with 2 outs for TJ Salvaggio. Already a run driven in on the double play that brought in Castillo now. Still looking to extend that hitting streak to 10 games. The Otters score 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Take a 3-0 lead. First pitch from Egbert. Little outside. Well, for Mark Black, RBI number 21 on the year. One-0. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. Now 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Evansville. Quitzer has half of them. Castillo has 1, Logan Brown has 1, and Amani Jones. 1-1. Egbert, couple looks back to second base. Now he fires, and it's swung on and missed for strike 2. Quitzer on second base here with 2 outs. Otters won yesterday's game by 3 runs. Had a 3-0 lead in the 6th inning as well. Before Andrew Czech's homer made it 3-1, the Otters still ended up winning that one. 1-2. Outside. Evens the count up. Top of the lineup, and Lynn Scott on deck. He's 0 for 2. Coming in for Ponder, who is the original starter. Two-two. Grounder over to Andy McCauley at third. Still remains at 2-2. Salvaggio runners in scoring position, 239 average, which is very interesting considering the fact that he has 61 RBIs, but bottom half in terms of average with runners in scoring position. Another 2-2. There's a liner into the gap in left center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Salvaggio heading for second base. Quitzer's in to score. Throw is not in time. TJ Salvaggio makes it a 4-0 game as 2 runs come in the 6th inning. Third double in 4 games for Salvaggio as he extends his hitting streak to 10 games. And Tom Faith is going to come out. That is the day for Egbert. Kenton Egbert comes out of the game, responsible for the runner on second base. But for now, 5 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Michael O'Hanlon will come into the game and try to stop further bleeding. But 2 runs already in. Otters lead at 4-0. We'll be right back on the Otters Digital Network. New pitcher into the game is Michael O'Hanlon, 24-year-old from Queens. He is at a 4.97 ERA in 38 innings pitched. Last pitched on the 13th against Mississippi. Through 2 innings, gave up a run. 2 strikeouts, earned his first and so far only loss of the season against Mississippi. Third game against the Otters this season. $15 walks, 37 strikeouts. He'll face the top of the order in Sam Linscott. 2 runs in here in the top of the 6th inning as the Otters lead at 4-0. Sac fly for Mark Black. The RBI double for TJ Salvaggio. He stands on second base with 2 outs. Now Hanlon's first pitch to Linscott. First pitch, check swing over. Did not go around. Misses inside for ball 1. O'Hanlon was traded to Washington on June 5th. He spent the first part of the year with the Ottawa Titans. 1-0 from him. Another one misses just barely, and it's 2-0. He played in 7 games with Ottawa before getting traded. 12 scoreless outings this season, 12 games and multiple strikeouts, but he has given up multiple earned runs in 6 games this season. Runner's second scores won't be earned to him, though. 2-0. Grounder, bobbled at third by Fowler. He's got no play. Everyone's safe. So another base hit, this time for Linscott, his first of the day. Runners are at the corners with 2 outs now for Amani Jones. I feel like the Otters have had runners at the corners a lot today. That base hit, though, from Linscott, number 8 on the day for the Otters. As Jones will try to extend the lead further here. Otters already up 4-0. First pitch from O'Hanlon is going to miss a little low. Salvaggio at third, Linscott at first. Good speed on the base paths for Evansville. Even more comfort for Simpson, who's already thrown 5 scoreless. Throw back to first is not in time. O'Hanlon was with Hofstra for 4 seasons. Didn't play baseball, though, in 2025. He had shoulder surgery. Opponent's hitting .433 against O'Hanlon with runners in scoring position. Fouled away, and it's 1-1. Put 2 outs there, 3:08. So not as bad, but not ideal. O'Hanlon a worse ERA at home, 10.8 ERA here at EQT Park compared to a 1.15 on the road. The 1-1. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, and it's 1-2. O'Hanlon looking to minimize damage here in the 6th inning. And Washington finding themselves down. They've only scored 1 run in this series. One-two from O'Hanlon. This is a little high. Chicken noises are still blaring at Amani Jones. 1 for 3 so far today. Singled in the 3rd. A couple of flyouts, though. 1 to left and 1 to right field. Check back to first for O'Hanlon. Kicks and deals the 2-2. Grounder up the middle over to Peak. His throw on the run over to first is in time for out number 3. So O'Hanlon does get out of it without allowing another run, but the Otters bring in 2 sack fly for Mark Black, RBI double for TJ Salvaggio, and Evansville leads it 4-0, heading to the bottom of the 6th on the Otters Digital Network. Sixth inning is brought to you by United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve since 1914. Garrett Simpson has thrown 5 scoreless with just 1 hit given up, no walks and 3 strikeouts. His first pitch to Isaiah Quiroz is called a strike. Quiroz, when leading off an inning, a .081 average, 3 for 37 with 18 strikeouts. 0-1 from Simpson. That one will miss high. Quiroz was a 20th round draft pick back in 2014 by the Rangers out of high school. Is in his second season in the Frontier League, his first though with Washington. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. He was with Sussex in 2022. He hit 176 in 58 games. At least in his independent ball career, he has not necessarily been a good average hitter. His highest average in pro indie ball has been .209. That was with Hagerstown last season. That is called strike 3, and Simpson gets Quiroz looking. 4th strikeout for Simpson. Second time Quiroz has gone down on strikes, and that's out number 1 to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Back to the top of the order in Miles Symington. He has the only hit of the day for Washington. Led off the bottom of the first with a single. Since then, Washington's gone 0 for 16. First pitch misses for ball 1. Only 2 base runners for the Wild Things today. Symington advanced to third, didn't come around to score though, as he is quickly in a good count, 2-0 against Simpson. Simpson's now retired 12 straight, all the way back to Lagrange's hit by pitch in the 2nd inning. That's the last runner to reach. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-1. Okay. 2-1. Fly ball over to the left side. It's going to get out of play foul. Well, possibly Garrett Simpson's best start of the season was on June 12th against Schaumburg. He threw 6 scoreless, struck out 5. Definitely a chance to beat that out here because he gave up 6 hits in that one. He's only given up 1 against Washington. Symington will call time. Nearing that same strikeout total. 5 strikeouts is his season high. And he's done that twice against Schaumburg on June 12th and then May 19th against Gateway. Off the end of the bat, ground ball. Symington is going to beat that one out. Second hit of the day for both Symington and Washington, as he is at first with 1 out now for Connor Peak. Symington 2 for 3 after going 0 for 4 yesterday, but now everybody else is unable to hit the ball. Connor Peak 0 for 2, liner to center and a grounder to second base. First pitch to Peak a little low. Symington already with a stolen base today. 1-0 from Simpson. A little low and away for ball 2. Evansville bullpen getting loose. Looks like somebody's coming there to warm. 2-0 from Simpson. Runner goes. There's a fly ball into right field. Veering away, it'll land foul. That'll make it 2-1. Chase Cribble is warming. We saw the other lefty out of the bullpen, Zentko, pitch yesterday, got the win. See if they'll put Cribble in here, maybe to face Check and Fowler, back-to-back lefties. The 2-1. That is going to miss for ball 3. Walker put 2 on with 1 out for Brocato. Mark Black will head to the mound. Connor Peak this season with Georgetown hit .355, all Big East second team. Spent his first 4 years with Holy Cross. 4 seasons, he had a medical red shirt in 2024. He missed with injury. His last season with Holy Cross, though, he hit .331, was the All-Patriot League second team selection, and had a couple of 11-game hitting streaks. (3-1) from Simpson. Fly ball into right field. Robertson doesn't have to move too far. Moves up a couple steps. He'll make the catch. And that's out number 2 as Symington will head back to first base. So another 3-ball count for Simpson in which he avoids the walk. That'll bring up Brocato with 2 down and Symington on first. Fly out to center and a strikeout swinging for Brocato today. He's 0 for 2. Simpson's first pitch is a 34 on 34 here. That one's going to get past Mark Black. Doesn't know where it is. He will finally get to it. Symington will take second base on the wild pitch. Second time Symington has reached scoring position today. Advanced to second on a stolen base. Now a wild pitch after his 2 singles. May very well be the last batter that Simpson faces. 1-0 to Brocato. Another one gets away. Mark Black doesn't know that Symington took third, but he does. So now Symington at third for the second time today. That'll be a pass ball on Mark Black. Only his second of the year. So Symington 90 feet away from Washington's first run. 2-0 to Brocato. Foul ball over to the left side. That was a pitch very inside that Brocato turned on. Sent it foul. 2-1. And bat broke. Broken bat. Niehaus Lumber. Go get your lumber at Niehaus Lumber. Please. Please get your lumber at Niehaus Lumber. And Brocato gets a new twig. Was with Florence last year. 276 average, 52 games, but was with Washington 2022 and 2023. Went to the Atlantic League for a year. And was with Florence last season as well as the Cleburne Railroaders. (2-1) from Simpson. High fly ball into right field. Robertson has space. Waiting for it to come down, and that is out number 3. 6 scoreless for Garrett Simpson. And what is most likely his best start of the season. A fantastic job for Simpson as the Otters still lead at 4-0 on the Otters Digital Network as we'll hit the 7th at EQT Park. Top of the 7th, Evansville up 4-0. The Otters, when leading after 6 innings, are 43-4. It's been a good day. Pitching-wise, Garrett Simpson, my goodness. He's been phenomenal. 6 scoreless, 2 hits, no walks, 4 strikeouts, no earned runs. In line for the victory, a well-deserved one if this score holds. Michael O'Hanlon out there yet again as he throws a strike to Logan Brown. It's Brown, Gonzalez, and Robertson leading it off. Otters 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Wild Things. So that's a swing and a miss for Logan Brown, and it's 0-2 quickly here. Logan Brown is 1 for 3. RBI double in the first, put the Otters on the board. Since then, a ground out to first, over to check, and a fly out to left field. (0-2) from O'Hanlon. Fouled away. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Washington, when trailing after 6 innings, 5-22, 2-11 at home. 0-2 yet again from O'Hanlon, and that will hit Logan Brown. So for the 6th time in 7 innings, the Otters have had the leadoff man reach base. Ponder led off the first with a walk. Quitzer led off the second with a single. Monty Jones led off the third with a single. Castilla led off the fourth with a single. Robertson led off the 6th with a walk, and now the 7th. Logan Brown leads off with a hit by pitch. Now the first pitch to Gonzalez is low and away. O'Hanlon in 2024 with Hofstra, 5.85 ERA and 92 1/3 innings. Hofstra on Long Island in New York. High fly ball into left center field. Edwards Brocado converging. And that one is gone. A 2-run home run for Marcos Gonzalez. Home run number 11 on the year for Marcos. His first hit of the series. Goes in the left field, over the left center field wall. And it is 6-0 Evansville here in the 7th inning. That might just put things out of reach here for Washington. First pitch to Robertson is outside for ball 1. Now Gonzalez is now catching up with the team lead. That was his 11th, just behind Salvaggio and Pierce for the most on the team. Home run in 7 of their last 8 games for the Otters. Not necessarily a big home run hitting team, but they have been recently. 2-0. A little low. Ball 3, O'Hanlon. That is his 7th game where he's given up multiple earned runs. Robertson has 2 walks already today. Now is a 3-0. Hanlon kicks and fires a strike. Gonzalez back in the team lead with RBIs, numbers 63 and 64. There's a ground ball. That's going to get past the shift and into right field for a base hit. So for the first time this series, Robertson beats the shift, gets it past Monroy, and about 5 feet back into right field for a base hit. That's hit number 10 for Evansville, the 5th straight game where the Otters have had 10-plus hits. Now the first pitch to Castillo is fouled right into the turf for strike one. Gonzalez, that was his 5th two-run homer. Only his 4th on the road this season. Castillo has 9 homers this year. Could join the double-digit club here. Get another 2-run homer. The Otters are very prone to 2-run homers for some reason. 1-1, so that one misses a little low. LG already extended his hitting streak to 10 games. Same with Salvaggio, so both of those are still going up until tomorrow. Singled in the 4th, came around to score. Fouled back to the Otters dugout, and it's 1-2. Robertson on first. Still nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. Otters have 2 runs in each of the last 2 offensive frames. They now lead at 6-0. 1-2 to Castillo. Grounder back up the middle. Diving stop from Peak. Tossed to second for 1. On to first. Not in time. That's a great play from Peak at short. They do only get the 1 out, though, as Castillo is able to beat the throw to first. Trades places with Robertson. Now he's on first with 1 out for Chris Quitzer. Just adding to the defensive highlights in this series. We saw so many of them yesterday. One of them from the shortstop, it was Kyle Edwards, who's now in center field. Pete getting in on it. First pitch to Quitzer. 3 for 3 today. Swing and a miss. 2 singles and a double today for Quitzer. Got a lefty warming in the bullpen. Colt Anderson is warming. Cribble's still out there for Evansville. Ripped down the line, foul. It's been a good day so far for Evansville. Looking to get win number 53. This win would pass their win total from the 2023 Frontier League Championship Series run. Finished 52-44. Of course, 6 more games, but still. That is called strike 3, and Quitzer goes down looking. First strikeout of the day for O'Hanlon. 5th for Washington pitching. And that's out number 2. Mark Black has had a very interesting day offensively. Strikeout, a walk, and a sac fly. Fly ball into shallow left field. Making the catch out there is Brocado for out number 3. 2-run homer for Marcos Gonzalez has put the Otters up 6 as we will stretch in Washington on the Otters Digital Network. Seventh inning is brought to you by Jacob's Pub. Jacob's Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays at 607 North Main Street in Evansville, Indiana. We have our first pitching change on the side of the Otters. Garrett Simpson finishes 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, and 4 strikeouts. And Chase Cribble is the first man out of the bullpen in Game 2 of the series. Otters looking to win a series on the road here against Washington. With this win, the Otters will not be able to lose the season series against Washington, and they can look to win the season series tomorrow in Game 3. Andrew Check leading it off. It's Check, Fowler, and Lagrange. They put Cribble in to face the two lefties in Check and Fowler, starting off the 7th inning. Andrew Check is 0 for 2, has a strikeout looking and a fly out to left field. First pitch is going to hit the zone for strike 1. Well, Cribble has a good amount of family here. He's from the area, Shippenville, Pennsylvania. Went to Pitt for his last collegiate season before signing with Evansville. That's a swing and a miss for strike 2. And Cribble's family was here. They were wearing jerseys with his name on the back of it. I'm not sure if they're still doing that, though, for today, but I'm sure they're excited to watch Chase pitch. 0-2. Swing and a miss. A drop third strike. Mark Black will tag Check. And Cribble gets his first strikeout of the day. 5th for Otters pitching. And that's out number 1 to start the bottom of the 7th inning. This is an all Pittsburgh area battery for Evansville. Mark Black from Pittsburgh. First pitch is a little outside for ball 1 to Cole Fowler. A couple of ground outs for Fowler. He's 0 for 2. 1 to second, 1 to short. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. So Shippenville not really in Pittsburgh, but it's between Erie and Pittsburgh, which is like, it's a little, it's driving distance for sure. Fouled back, and it's 1-2. He has a 5.65 ERA, 14 1/3 innings. Made his first start and only start so far against Joliet back on the 5th. It's been sort of a spot starter because the Otters didn't really have a 5th starter for a little bit, but then they got Yohan Gonzalez. Grounder foul, and it'll remain at 1-2. Shippenville, the population only at 446, so it's a very small place. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cribble. First 2 down in the bottom of the 7th. 6th strikeout now for Otters pitching. Cribble doing his job against the lefties. Now has to face the first righty of the day in Wagner Lagrange. Lagrange is 0 for 1, got hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. It's one of only 2 wild things to reach base. The other one, Symington, who has both hits for Washington. 1-0. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. I think the fans here at EQT Park are getting a little restless. There's some heckling going on from down below the press box. Fly ball into right field, moving up a couple steps is Robertson. He'll make the catch, and Chase Cribble, with his family watching, throws a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning. With 2 strikeouts, we'll head to the 8th. Otters up 6-0 on the Otters Digital Network. It is the top of the 8th inning. Evansville has a 6-0 lead. Colt Anderson is the new pitcher after Michael O'Hanlon finishes his day with a inning and a third, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Gave up the homer to Marcos Gonzalez to make it 6-0. By the way, that home run from O'Hanlon is the 5th given up by him this season. Anderson at a 4 ERA in 54 innings. Little outside for ball 1. It is Salvaggio, Linscott, and Jones, 9-1-2, leading off the top of the 8th. Otters have had 6 leadoff men reach base. Fouled away off to the right side, and it's going to be 1-1. Anderson pitched in 4 games last week in the Mississippi series. The last one was on Sunday. He pitched 2 innings, gave up 4 earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. That was his only outing where he gave up earned runs, though. Fouled away, and it's 1-2. Third time pitching against the Otters. Hasn't given up an earned run, but on July 1st, gave up 2 runs. Neither of them were earned. He was a former Otter, pitched 1 game with Evansville last season. August 3rd against Florence, 3 1/3, 4 earned runs, 9 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. 1-2 to Salvaggio. Is fouled away yet again. Foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it. A lot of choosing the best and a lot of never regretting it today. Looking like Cribble is going to get the bottom of the 8th. Monroy leading off. They'll probably just have Cribble face Monroy, and then they'll make a switch. So that one will get past Key Rose, and it's 2-2. So Anderson's been getting a lot of work the past couple weeks. Two. Ripped down the line. That's a fair ball. It's going to get all the way into the left field corner. Salvaggio heading for second base. And another leadoff man reaches for Evansville as Salvaggio has his second double of the day. Salvaggio just keeps on doubling. That's number 19. Last 4 games, he has 4 doubles. 19 doubles in terms of the team lead is now overtaking both Ponder and Marcos Gonzalez, who had 18. So he now leads in that category. Sam Linscott, first pitch, is called a strike. Hit number 11 for Evansville. 3 doubles and a home run, part of that. First, a ball a little outside for ball 1 to Linscott. So far today, 1 for 3. Has a single in his last at-bat against O'Hanlon, but went 0 for 2 against Egbert. Has a runner in scoring position with nobody out to start the 8th. Fastball called a strike, and it's 1-2. Anderson's walked 28, struck out 36. He's given up 59 hits, 24 earned runs. Ended the season with Washington last year. Little high, check swing over, is a no-go, and it's 2-2. Six runs, 11 hits, One error for Evansville. Both hits for Washington have gone to Miles Symington. Swing and a miss, and it's strike 3, first strikeout for Anderson. 6th for Washington pitching, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Amani Jones. I am so ready for more chicken noises. Amani Jones batting from the right side for the first time today. He is 1 for 4, singled in the third, couple of flyouts, grounded out to shortstop. Over to Connor Peak in his last at-bat. First pitch misses. Opponents hitting .260 against Anderson with runners in scoring position. .286 in total at home compared to .269 on the road. 1-0, a little outside. If this score holds, Otters' magic number will go down to 9. Washington's will stay at 6. Duo. There's a ground ball up the middle. Sliding grab by Peak. Throw to first. Wow. Connor Peak's been playing some fantastic defense today. As Amani Jones is out. Advancing to third is Salvaggio. That one was that was very smooth. Plays a smooth shortstop. As always, can appreciate a good defensive play, and that was a good defensive play. See if Logan Brown can bring in Salvaggio, though, from third. Lefty-lefty against Anderson. There's a ground ball right in front of home plate. Anderson will throw to first in time, and that's out number 3. So Salvaggio leads off with a double. Anderson, though, gets the next 3 out to end the top of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom half. Evansville still up 6-0 on the Otters Digital Network. Eighth inning is brought to you by McMahon Exterminating. Remember who can help with all of your pest control needs. McMahon can. Chase Kerbel's still out there. Another inning after striking out 2 in a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th. He'll face Monroy here to start the 8th. Lefty, then Edwards and Quiros, both righties. Miles Symington is 2 for 3 today. The rest of the lineup, 0 for 20. Just the hit by pitch by Lagrange, the only other base runner besides Symington. See if that changes here in the 8th with Monroy. First pitch from Cribble is called a strike. Monroy, 2 grounders, one right in front of the plate, one over to Gonzalez at third. Grounder over to second base from shallow right field. Jones throws to first in time for out number 1. Kyle Edwards is 0 for 2. He has 2 flyouts, one to center, one to right. Well, Cribble started off his Otters career with 6 earned runs, but so far, that was in 1 2/3. In the following 13 1/3, he has only given up 3 earned runs, and that includes a couple of starts. 2 on the 5th against Joliet, 1 against Lake Erie on Sunday. Swing and a miss. One one. There's a base hit into right field. For the first time today, a player not named Miles Symington has a base hit as Edwards sends one the other way. 3rd hit of the day for Washington. That'll bring up Isaiah Quiroz. First pitch called a strike. Washington got a hit, and Evansville immediately decided to put somebody in the bullpen. It's kind of where we're at in this game right now. 0-1 pitch is a go, and it's 0-2. Quiroz 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Both of those were against Simpson. Anthony Tomczak is warming. Not a save situation. Might just see him get the 9th. Runner goes. So that will miss. Taking second base is Edwards. A runner in scoring position here with 1 out. 1-2 now to Quiroz as Mark Black quickly goes to the mound to talk to Cribble. Now he's back. Top of the lineup on deck, lefty in Symington. One, two. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Quiroz goes down for the 3rd time via the K. 2 swinging, 1 looking, as that is the 7th strikeout for Otters pitching. 3rd for Cribble, and that's out number 2. They'll bring up Symington at the top of the lineup. He is 2 for 3, as 2 of the 3 Washington hits today. Hit a single over to right field his first at bat, then a infield single down the 3rd base line in the 6th. First pitch called a strike. Now, both of those hits were against Simpson, now facing a lefty for the first time today. 0-1. Check swing over to 3rd, or I guess short, is a no-go, and it's 1-1. One from Cribble. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. So this is the 2nd straight outing for Cribble with 3 strikeouts. One-two to Symington. Foul tip almost caught by Mark Black, but he couldn't hold on. And we'll do it again. Crowd hasn't had really much cheer on here at EQT Park. This Wednesday night, still a good crowd for a Wednesday here in Washington. Washington always seems to get very good crowds. Reaches out into left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Coming home to score is Edwards. And Symington has his 3rd hit of the day. Washington is on the board. It is 6-1. Symington 3 for 4. 4 hits for Washington, 3 of them from him as he advances to second base on the error in left field by Quitzer. Edwards comes around to score, and Washington is on the board, and that will bring out Max Peterson. So we'll have a pitching change. Anthony Tomczak into the game. Chase Cribble is out as Washington gets their first run of the day. Otters still up 6-1, though, as we'll take a quick break on the Otters Digital Network. Pitching change is brought to you by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find all your battery needs at the Answer Auto Repair East, located at 2319 North Green River Road. Or give them a call at 812-475-9K. Anthony Tomczak is into the game. He is at a 5.66 ERA in 20 2/3 innings. First time pitching in this series. 12 walks, 28 strikeouts. His last outing, he gave up 2 earned runs against Lake Erie on Saturday. Has a runner on second with 2 outs. Miles Symington gets his 3rd hit of the day and brings in the first run for Washington. First pitch to Peak is high for ball 1. Peak 0 for 3. Liner to center, grounder to second, and a fly out to right field. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. So Symington on second base. 1 for 22 for everybody in the lineup not named Miles Symington. There's a ground ball over to short. TJ Salvaggio. Throw to first is in time, and that's out number 3. Doesn't take too long for Tomczak to get out of things. In the bottom of the 8th, Washington gets a run, but still down 5. We'll head to the 9th on the Otters Digital Network. Ninth inning from Pennsylvania. Southwestern Pennsylvania. Marcos Gonzalez leading it off. It's Gonzalez, Robertson, and Castillo against Colt Anderson out there for his 2nd inning. Otters with a 6-1 lead as the first pitch will miss low for ball 1. Marcos Gonzalez hit a 2-run homer in the 7th off of Michael O'Hanlon to make it 6-0. Washington got on the board in the bottom of the 8th. Otters win leading after 8 innings, 39-2. Both losses came in back-to-back games against New York. 2-0 is going to miss for ball 3. Oh, walk would put 8 leadoff men on base to start an inning out of 9 for Evansville. 3-0 is called a strike. Washington, when trailing after 8 innings, 2-20, 1-7 here at EQT Park. They don't really trail after 8 that much here at home. 3-1 will miss, and that is ball 4. So for the 8th time today, leadoff man reaches for Evansville. Which we don't have any stats calculating that, but that's got to be a new high, right? We haven't had an Otter reach base in every inning of a game. So 8's the next best thing. First pitch is swung on and missed for Robertson, and it's 0-1. The only inning in which the leadoff man didn't reach was a 1-2-3 5th inning for Egbert. Little inside, and it's 1-1. Marcos on first, fouled away. Gonzalez 6 for 8 on stolen bases. Reaching for the 2nd time. He started off his day 3 straight groundouts, but then the homer and the walk have him. He's coming out of this with a couple RBIs and his 11th homer of the year. Breaking ball misses. With that home run, 23 of 30 games since the All-Star break where Gonzalez has a base hit. Robertson 1 for 2, 2 walks as well, as that will miss for ball 3. Hit a single in his last at-bat that beat the shift in right center field. Three-two, swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Anderson. 7th K for Washington pitching, and that's out number 1. LG Castillo up for the 5th time today. Is 1 for 4. Ripped down the line, but foul, and it's 0-1. Well, if the Otters win, they'll be 3 games back in the division for the first time since July 9th. Reminder that they were in first place for the majority of the start of the year, but they have not been in first place since May 28th. It's kind of been a little bit of a fall considering Washington has been really playing well this season. 1-1. Another one fouled away. They were as much as 8 games back on the 7th. Now they're 3 games back. So the Otters already have made a pretty good comeback, and they're now very much in the division race. 1-2. There's a fly ball in a right field. Symington is under it, and he'll make the catch. Heading back to first is Gonzalez, and that's out number 2. Otters fell to 8 games back after getting shut out that 2nd straight time against Washington here. But since then, they have won Well, if this score holds, they'll now have won 8 of their last 9 games. Called a strike, and it's 0-1. It would be 3 straight. The loss to Lake Erie 11-9 back on Saturday, the only loss since getting shut out in back-to-back games here. The Ots are getting hot when it matters most. Foul ball. Chris Quitzer 3 for 4 today. 2 singles, a double, and a strikeout looking in the 7th. Taking a look around the league, Florence looks like they're going to win. They scored 4 in the 7th. They're leading by 5 now against Lake Erie. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. 2 strikeouts for Anderson in that inning. 8 overall for Washington pitching. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Anthony Tomczak will look to finish things off here and give the Otters a series win on the road. Otters are 3 outs away from a series win against the Wild Things here on the road. It's Brocado, Check, and Fowler against Tomczak. Washington needs 5 to tie and 6 to win. If they're going to win, they're going to need a walk-off win. Brocado 0 for 3, fly out to center, strikeout swinging, and a fly out to right field. All those against Simpson. Now leading off the 9th. First pitch fouled back. Otters on the verge of win number 53. Lower the magic number to 9 into the single digits. Little outside, and it's 1-1. One. Little low for ball 2. So still the earliest Otters can clinch is Tuesday against Schaumburg. That is as well if everything goes to plan, which is not likely, but it's possible. Fouled away, it's 2-2. Still Washington, the closest team to clinching right now after Quebec clinched yesterday. Their magic number to clinch the division is now 8 over Ottawa. Everybody else in that division eliminated from division contention. Inside, it's 3-2. Mississippi down 5-0 against Ottawa as their elimination magic number is not looking too good. That is ball 4. Brocado will take the walk to lead off the bottom of the 9th inning. That was the first walk issued by the Otters all day. Andrew Check 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout to left field. One base runner doesn't hurt too much. Grounder to first, but foul, and it's 0-1. Florence now up 9-2. Now it's 10-2. They had a 7-run 7th inning. So luckily the Otters, it's looking likely that they're going to take this one. Still 2.5 games up over Florence for the first wild card, as it's quickly 0-2 against Czech. He already has 2 strikeouts today. Oh, 2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Czech goes down on 3 pitches as he strikes out for the 3rd time, 8th K for Otters pitching, and that's out number 1 in the 9th. So 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Cole Fowler up for the 4th time. He's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs, struck out against Cribble. First pitch, fouled back. So 4 strikeouts for Simpson, 3 for Cribble, now 1 for Tomczak, make up the 8. Both teams with 8 strikeouts each. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Fowler, the 6th of 8 strikeouts, but overall, the only offense coming from Washington has been from Miles Symington. He has 3 of the 4 hits for the Wild Things today. The other one just a single from Edwards. He came around to score the only run. There's a base hit into right field. And taking first to third is Brocato. So Cole Fowler, the 5th hit of the day for Washington. Runners are at the corners with 1 out in the 9th for Wagner Lagrange. Runner at third doesn't really matter all too much. Lagrange got hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. He grounded out to second in the 5th, flew out to right field in the 7th. First pitch in the 9th is going to miss a little low. Brocato 90 feet away from a 2nd run for Washington. Grounder off the legs of Tomczak. Everyone's going to be safe as that's going to get into shallow right field. And it's another base hit for Washington. A run comes in, and it's 6-2. Antonio Monroy now with 2 on and 1 out still. A run in. Wagner Lagrange drives in the 2nd run of the day for the Wild Things. Max Peterson's going to come out. And the Otters might get somebody warm in the bullpen. Junior Serta is getting warm. Didn't want to get into a situation where he would get warm, but now with 2 hits in the inning and a run coming in, it's about that time maybe if things go awry here. This Monroy at bat, possibly putting him in. Monroy 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Tomczak giving up the 1 run. 1 in the 8th, now 1 in the 9th for Washington. Tomczak, couple looks back to second base. Now the first pitch is going to miss for ball 1 to Monroy. Bottom 3 in the order is 1 for 9 today. 1-0 is called a strike. Lagrange with a pretty lucky hit that went off of Tomczak's leg and just over to where Amani Jones and Logan Brown weren't on the right side of the infield. There's a fly ball into right field. Robertson is under it, and he will make the catch for out number 2. No tag from anybody. And Washington's down to their last out. Be nice to get out of this without having to use Serta. Could save him for tomorrow. And Tomczak 1 out away from doing so and giving the Otters the series win. Kyle Edwards does have a hit today. In his last at bat, he singled Cam Round to score. Otherwise, a couple of flyouts. First pitch from Tomczak is a swing and a miss for strike 1. Fowler on second, Lagrange on first, 2 outs. Last opportunity for Washington. The 0-1 from Tomczak. It's going to miss low. Two hits and a walk already in this inning. Washington up to 2 runs on 6 hits. 1-1. Ripped up the middle. It's off the glove of Jones and into center field for a base hit. Another run will come in. Fowler will score. And it's 6-3. 2 runs in here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that will bring the tying run to the plate. And Billy Sullivan will pinch hit for Isaias Quiroz. Max Peterson's going to come out. And he will make the switch to Serta. So Tomczak is unable to finish the job. 2 runs come in for Washington to make it 6-3. Billy Sullivan, the tying run, is Junior Serta will come in. It is Serta time, but it is in a very tense situation here in the 9th. We'll take a quick break. Well, this has officially become a save situation as the tying run comes to the plate. Billy Sullivan is going to pinch hit for Isaias Quiroz. Junior Serta's into the game, 3.64 ERA in 42 innings. There are 2 outs. Washington is still down to their last out. Serta pitched yesterday, got his 16th save, now looking for number 17. Originally, it looked like it was going to be a comfortable win for Evansville. Now it's getting a little more tense. First pitch from Serta is called a strike, and it's 0-1. Lagrange now at second with Edwards at first. His second hit of the day brought in the 3rd run for Washington as they're still down by 3. 0-1 from Serta. That will miss, and it's 1-1. Sullivan hitting .400 with runners in scoring position at an 8 for 20. 1-1 from Serta is called strike 2. Sullivan will call his hitter's timeout. Washington now down to their final strike here in Game 2 of the series. Serta 1 pitch away from giving the Otters the series on the road. Looks back to second. Serta, the 1-2, is going to miss. Fastball outside. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. Only 12 walks for Serta, 47 strikeouts. Had 2 more yesterday against Washington. 2-2. He got him, and the Otters win. Evansville wins the series against Washington, and they are now 3 games back of the division after winning the first 2 here at EQT Park. Strikeout number 9 for Otters pitching as Serta finishes the job, strikes out Billy Sullivan, and Evansville wins their 3rd straight game, their 8th out of their last 9, and they are now 53-33, 20 games over 500 for the first time this season. Got a little scary at the end for sure, but still a great pitching performance from Garrett Simpson. He's going to get the win, advancing his record to 7-2. On the other side, it will be Egbert getting the loss, his first loss of the season. It was some good pitching. At the end, it got a little scary. Serta does get his 17th save of the season, and Evansville wins the series here against Washington, and they'll look for the sweep tomorrow. It's a 7:05 Eastern, 6:05 Central first pitch. Otters try to sweep. It's Landon Williman getting the start tomorrow. Still have a TBA for Washington, but a couple of big wins for Evansville. Find themselves 3 games back. The magic number down to 9 as they can still clinch on Tuesday. A big win for the Otters. See themselves also taking a 6-5 lead in the season series against Washington. Now 3-2 here on the road against the Wild Things. They can win the season series tomorrow. And if they lose, they still can't lose the season series, especially with the win. Otters finished with 6 runs on 11 hits, 2 errors. On the other side, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for Washington. They score 1 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th, but are unable to come back from down 6 after only managing to get 2 hits through the first 7 innings. And they will drop to 56-30 on the season. But for everybody here at EQT Park, I'm Evan Patoka. We'll see you tomorrow as the Otters look for a sweep. Otters are 3 games back of the division, the closest they've been since early July. We will see you tomorrow as Evansville looks for the sweep. For now, have a good rest of your night.